My granddad is very fond of his old broom, even though it's had 17 new heads and 14 new handles, making it some hybrid broom made up of woodland sperm donors donating younger and more evolved parts. Because it looks the same as it did in the picture my father's father had with it back in the saucy summer of 1981, he still identifies with it. And because he identifies with it, rather than buying a completely new broom, he simply makes his existing one better when it's poorly. He never gives up on it. That old broom and professional wrestling are one and the same for us fans. While all the parts have changed and evolved over the years, its core essence and purpose have remained the same. Meaning even if you're one of those pesky millennials, you still identify with and love wrestling from any era with all of your heart. And yes, just in case you were wondering, Trigger of Only Fools and Horses fame was indeed my granddad, may he rest in peace. I'm Adam Pacitti from Cultaholic.com, and here are the 10 reasons we can't give up on wrestling. Join us. Number 10. The wrestling community is a wonderful thing to be a part of. We have it rough, us wrestling fans. From the outside looking in, the rest of society has pinned us as no good, bottom-feeding trash bag messes, hot messes at that. Even when you're in the bubble, you're still deflecting shots from others who are in the bubble with you but might have differing opinions to yours. It's a tough, misunderstood existence. Forget about all that though. No matter what Hollywood Hulk Hogan used to say, without the fans there is no professional wrestling. The passion we all share is undeniable. We are the 101,000 setting attendance records in Dallas. We are the arses in the seats helping the independent scene thrive once again. We are the people who have tens of friends we've never even met in person before thanks to wrestling and its strong ties with social media. Wrestling brings people together, and that is a beautiful thing. Number 9. We can't. It's everywhere. You can never have too much of a good thing, and that's certainly the case with professional wrestling. Even if you wanted to give up watching, you simply couldn't. Whether it be promotions the world over now being available at the click of a mouse, wrestling-centric shows like Total Divas appearing in places they once wouldn't, independents running regularly in your town, or wrestlers appearing on huge television shows and movies, if you live a normal, well-balanced life and promise yourself you're going to give up on wrestling, you're living a lie. How's that chocolate band going from last year's New Year's? Yes, I thought so. You'd have to lock yourself away in your mother's basement to avoid wrestling completely, which I know is a choice thing to say while talking to you wrestling fans. I'm just kidding, Mum. I miss you. Number 8. Wrestling never gives up on us. The wrestling business, on the whole, is a two-way relationship. Promotions put on great shows to entice us out of the house on one end, we pay the money that allows these promotions to put on great shows on the other. Hopefully everybody gets bang for their buck. Happy days. However, at the elite level, it's very much a one-way street. WWE, for better or worse, do not have an off-season, which of course has its negatives, both creatively and in terms of the workload put on the company's employees. Who makes people work Christmas and New Year's, for crying out loud? But on the bright side, it's always there for us when we need it. Number 7. Nostalgia. There's no feeling like it, is there? One of your favorites coming back for one more run, and in the process capturing your imagination just like they did when they made you a fan of wrestling in the first place. We get to remember the better times, when the pressures of adulthood weren't there, and the only concern in life was getting the full set of Hasbros before being given Poundland knockoffs and being lied to by my own bloody mother. Sorry about that. While the performance of the current generation get to live out the dream matches they never believed were possible. Everybody wins. Well, apart from WrestleMania season, when several of the current crop lose out on a spot in the grandest stage of them all, just because Triple H wants another entrance, proving how much of a dad he's become. Number 6, who doesn't love a good moan? You've had a bad day, you get home, your mum's not got the tea on, you sit and starve until she finally gets round to it, then Raw comes on and it's 3 hours of hot, steaming trash. You take to Twitter and tell the world how you really feel. You let your frustration out over the airwaves for all to see, and it turns out hundreds, maybe thousands, agree with you. A weight is lifted from your shoulders, you're bathing in those retweets. WWE's lackluster show has seen your day take an upturn in fortunes. This happens again and again and again. It's only human nature after all. The human mind is programmed to be critical and question everything, even something as trivial as wrestling. And the best part is, because wrestling is subjective and very much open to your own interpretation, your hot take in the heat of the moment can't be wrong. Moaning about wrestling is addictive and you can't give it up. Number 5, the hope. No matter what era you grew up on, it was the best in the history of professional wrestling. I'm sure if you're watching today, you're of the opinion that the stuff the big boys are churning out every week simply isn't as good as what you grew up accustomed to when your mother was responsible for wiping your ass. It's the hope that one day mainstream wrestling will hit the heights of your heyday that keeps you coming back. New eras dawn, happen, and then pass you by with the product not even getting remotely close to yesteryear in your eyes. Yet still you stick by and watch the next crop of superstars try to rekindle the magic that only exists inside your head. They say it's the hope that kills you, so be careful, alright? Number 4, there's always something for you no matter the promotion. You think you're losing your interest in professional wrestling. All is bleak and you're reading the latest edition of Miniature Donkey Talk as you're looking at alternatives to fill the squared circle-shaped void in your life. And then BAM! Something or someone catches your eyes and you're hooked once again. You've given up on WWE and then whammo! Broken Matt Hardy has a premonition. You've classified NWA, TNA, Impact, Global Force, TNA Wrestling as a lame horse ready to be made into glue, and then wallop! Lucha Underground does something weird and your ears are twitching like a rabbit's nose. Your significant other tells you to grow up and leave the wrestling behind, and then Aruga! Total Bellas is on. Nikki is having a go at Brie for taking the dog away from her mother's even though she specifically left it there, and you've just got engaged. There's never been a better time to be a wrestling fan. Someplace, somewhere, there's always something for everyone, and most importantly, it's accessible to just about everyone. Number 3, The Rock, Batista and John Cena are making us look cool right now. And who doesn't want to be cool, just like me, am I right, fellas? Why would we want to give up on something that's cool AF? You know the hipsters, right? They have that annoying knack just to know about things before they become cool. Well now, thanks to the likes of The Rock, Batista and John Cena, who have taken to the proper mainstream like a door to Goldberg's head, we are now the hipsters. That's right, no good bottom-feeding trash bag messes are moving up the food chain thanks to the brilliant work of those who made their name inside a wrestling ring. We knew about these people before the rest of the world, and they can suck on our collective penises and ladyballs. The perception of professional wrestling is changing within wider society. The uneducated are realizing there's more to wrestling than meatheads pretending to hit each other or scantily clad ladies battling it out in bikini contests. Respect is growing for the massive skill sets our favorite grapplers have, both in terms of what they do between the ropes and on the mic. Society is starting to accept wrestling again, and it's down to the likes of Dwayne, Dave, and Jonathan making it in the big time, while franchises like WrestleMania see most of the world come to a standstill. How could we abandon that? Number 2, it's the old routine. We're creatures of habit. You do something so many times and it just feels right. You do something for long enough and it just feels weird when you don't do it. We all have our routines when it comes to wrestling. It's something to be enjoyed with friends. Whether that be groups meeting up to watch it on TV together, folks getting on Skype to enjoy it with internet friends half the world away, communities banding together to create discussion on Twitter, or parties traveling to one of the big 4 as their yearly vacation. We all have our wrestling routine, and it would just feel weird not to do it. Number 1, when you think about it, wrestling is amazing. I could have just ended this list with the cop-out, we love it unconditionally line, but you already know you love wrestling. That's why you're watching this video, so here we are. We don't give up on professional wrestling because it's brilliant. It's an amalgamation of theatrical performance, physical endeavor, competition, live action, horror, fiction, thriller, romance, nostalgia, animation, comedy, and a whole host of other words that mean doing things live in front of your face that apply to a lot of other areas of entertainment. It's a hybrid of so many brilliant things, so in turn, it's more brilliant than all of them put together. The beauty of it all, however, is its subjectivity. Vince McMahon may like his big sweaty men, while you might like the exact opposite. And I like something in between, and his name is Mojo Rawley. There's nothing in the world like professional wrestling. Let the world crap on our parade, I say. As long as we don't give up on it, it won't give up on us, and it will be our beautiful little secret forever. I've been Adam Pachisi from Cultaholic.com, and that was our list. Do you agree? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget, join us.